Welcome back, everybody. Annihilation League, week number 1. We're here at Tier 3. We got Fable Luna going against Ascend Overwatch, AOW. So, excited to be back. I know it's been a while, but we are back and ready for some action. I'm Mr. Leapfrog. Along with me tonight is going to be Marlo. What up, man?
Hi, hello. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I'm excited. Tier 3. It's right around the range where I've been at for like hard stuck forever. So I'm excited to see some ambitious competitors. Give me I think it's Diamond 5 through Masters 4. So plenty of some ambitious players and just overall good skill. So I'm excited to get it started for this season, for this year.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, 2026. It's new year, new me, man. I'm ready to make the same mistakes, Ajax, the same amount of times as I normally do. So right. Speaking of Ajax, I don't think there's going to be any Lucio being played here tonight, at least for first map. Vendetta and Lucio banned. We can take a look at the map pool real quick. Oh, it looks like they're ready, actually. So we're going to go straight in. Psych! Map 1 is going to be going predetermined. Lijiang Tower. One of my favorite maps.
I think it's just in general, fan favorite.
Yeah, I've been a fan favorite for them for quite a while. So, but yeah, Fable Luna. I'm not sure of the actual roster with these guys. If they're new, if they've been around for a while. I was around for Annihilation Season 1, and I took a bit of a hiatus from Overwatch, learned some new games, came back, but here we go.
Well, I actually played with a couple of these players last season. I was on Arya's team, one of Arya's teams last season. So I'm pretty familiar with Icarus, Jumpy, Eris, and Arya themselves.
Yeah, I think they're going to be having a good majority of the same roster onto the Ascend Overwatch team. So let's see how they fare this season. First map, first week, Tier 3 action coming at you. Some Lijiang Tower, baby. Let's get it.
Looks like we got like a Brig Juno versus like a Bap Juno. Brig Juno has like so much healing for a brawl, and I like this comp coming out of them. But also the Bap is pretty good. Be able to do a lot of damage there. A lot of good poke.
Yeah, a lot of damage, a lot of sustain. I think there's a lot of differences, but a lot of similarities between the two comps. Obviously, with being a little bit faster when you have access to the ring, Orbital Ring going to be able to chunk down the tanky. I want to be an adult.
Nice.
You're going to want to be alive in this next fight. Eris going to help chomp down their team and close out that first point, it looks like, unless
nice kill,
Ascend can be able to turn things around.
Yeah, both teams have lost the support so far, and Joe Mama falls.
Wow, that was Danny. That was the fastest turn off a notification I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, that was crazy fast. But shout outs to Danny holding it down in production, as per usual. Yeah, they're gonna be doing a lot of small pokes here at the bridge. I think, like I said, you already made a good point about Marlo about the damage differential that you're gonna have with the Baptiste. Whoops. Well, speaking of damage differential, obviously Bastion versus Reaper going to be a big difference in terms of how much damage you can get out quickly. But obviously Reaper fall off the map, going to be a tough time to get that going.
Yeah. It seems like they're kind of just playing it slow here because they lost. The Reaper's back now, so they're pushing in, they're speeding in so far. Icarus is just holding it down, punching. But it seems like Fable is just kind of. They're playing it slow, they're playing it back. They're gonna kill, but then they trade the Juno.
Yeah, out of all the players you want to trade with, you don't want to lose your tank ever. Obviously the way you're gonna try to take care of the backline when it comes to Fable, it's gonna be really difficult to try to kill the tank unless you get one of the supports, maybe one of the DPS on a lucky shot. So it's one of those things. Icarus doesn't really need to do anything too flashy, right? He just got to hold block, let his team kind of do the damage. They have Immortality field. They're going to have the Orbital Ray for this next fight as well. So Ascend is going to have a really tough time going into this.
Yeah, I actually think Fable Luna has a better comp because... nice boob onto Icarus. But Arya gets one. Seems like they've lost both their supports. It seems it's going in the direction of Fable Luna.
Yeah, they get the flip here, but it's only going to be momentarily. Jumpy just going to light up the kill feed and clean up the rest of the team here. Team kill happening for Fable Luna. Ascend, I mean, without the assistance of a Lucio, they're going to have a real tough time to be able to touch. Joe Mama looks like they're poised and ready to go to the teleport in to get that last overtime touch going for their team. But they need to be able to help capitalize on it. Rokane popping the overclock here in overtime. Window galore damage. Yeah, Wannabe is going to have to just hold block right there in front of a windowed Bastion is the last place you want to be. Big damage, big first point win here, 100 to 5%. What a start here for Fable Luna.
Yeah, pretty nice. Let's go, let's go.
All right, hold on. I can see some bias here, bro.
Just a little bit. Well, I mean, I played with these guys. Like, I remember, you know, like, I have a little bit of personal connection with these guys. Like, I remember playing with Jumpy, Icarus, like, they're all, like, really chill people. And so, like, you know, I love to see them win, you know?
Of course. Yeah, it's nice.
You know, maybe I should.
Nah.
For everybody.
No, go for it, man. I like it. I like when you get to know people. You've been playing around in a tight niche community. Like for a lot of these people here for Annihilation, both as the player base and the actual production side of thing. I know a lot of people here. Very cool, very great organization altogether. So don't doubt you at all. But we can already see very similar comp for Fable Luna. But by similar, I mean it's the exact same. But drastically different here for Ascend. They're going to go for a Junker Queen tank, and they're going to try to be a little bit more evasive with the Tracer.
Ooh, can he get the kill? Ooh, no, he can't. It was really close. Oh, Brig looks like she's in trouble, bro. Okay, but it seems like the Junker Queen falls. I guess I'm not really a fan of the Junker Queen pick against, like, the Bastion and, like, the Ram. It's going to be, like... I feel like you're just going to take... You're going to die really fast. Like, you don't really have much to shield against, like, the Bastion turret. Or
yeah, like, you're definitely missing, like, a big chunk of the damage mitigation. Pick. But I think this is what they're going for right here. I think they want to kind of split up the team a little bit because they were playing so fortified. It's impossible to try to kill the Baptiste and the Bastion at the same time, especially when they have access to a Immortality field. Icarus helping kind of chunk down the rest of the team, but you can see right here that thanks to Wannabe, granted, like I said, you're definitely right when it comes to JQ. It does help kind of disperse the team, especially when you get a huge knife to kind of open up the fight.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Very true. But it seems like we're gonna have the Bastion ult come up, and maybe Eris is probably gonna get the window soon, and probably like a Queen ult on the other side for Ascend. Oh, huge pick though on the. That's the second support pick of the opener fight. Yeah,
and guess what? It's the same exact person. X has been doing an amazing job at kind of getting this opening fight to kind of pick off some of the supports. Kind of not giving him an opportunity to use the Immortality field. You can see right now the entire team of Fable just so critical, but X, again, just lighting up the kill feed, dude. Pick after pick, getting their Sojourn counterpart. Sure, Joe Mama falls in that fight. Oh, and X, actually, this is going to be a great turnaround fight here for Fable. They're going to be able to go straight to point. Artillery Strike as well being used from Jumpy to kind of open up things. They need to try to get rid of Fogsy. They're going to use Shout to kind of keep their team nice and healthy, but they do have access to the Rampage. They're going to use it, but who are they going to get? They're only going to get two. They have to find a way to get them both. Arya is barely able to escape to their boy toy, Eris, but... feels like the damage already been done. Point has been flipped at 59%. I would have liked to see a little bit more contest work from Ascend, but they're still going to be able to use Window to kind of keep their team up.
Nice, that's nice. Yeah, good job stabilizing there. Yeah, we got a nice little stagger going on here.
Yeah, YDD, the young dagger dude. But yeah, you definitely called it already. I mean, the Bastion versus the Junker Queen, you're going to have a much tougher time to be able to initiate fights when the Bastion is kind of set up on the point. So you see right there, Wannabe just trying to get a knife, trying to rip him out of position, force him to use Immortality Field, and it allows X to kind of get that pick, and especially with access to Overclock here, could be a deciding factor. X is going to have to come up clutch again. Fogsy does have access to the rally, so we're going to see a lot of ultimates being pressed. Q will be pressed right now. Right now.
Soon.
There it is.
Ray comes out. Oh, we're double support ulting.
Yeah, you got to do it here. This is the last fight opportunity. Joe Mama getting rid of the immortality field, but needs to come up clutch with this pulse bomb. X is going to pop overclock, but not going to find any success. Picks are going back and forth, but it looks like Fable with the amount of armor, the amount of sustain that they have is just way too much for Ascend to deal with. And they're just going to be able to clean up the last few bodies on the point, and that's going to be 100 to 59. 2 points, map number 1 win for Fable Luna.
Fable Luna eating up the girls, even against a double supportal. Yeah, I was like, I guess you have to be careful when you're using your support ults. At least from what I know, in my very limited knowledge, you know, you kind of have to use them one at a time. You don't want to double stack them, because you need to you want to be able to draw the fight out if you need to,
Yeah.
And then your economy is kind of your ult economy is kind of a little messed up, but I mean, it's okay. We go next, bro.
It's kind of tough in that instance because you're 100% right. Like, you want to try to spread out the ultimates as long as you can, because ultimates are one of those few pieces of utility that you don't really get access to every single fight. You get that maybe once every 2 minutes, maybe 1 in a minute and a half, depending on which character and which role you're on. But in that instance, it's kind of tough. That's why you don't really see Brig too often unless you're going to be playing like that rushdown style of comp, because Brig's rally really relies on your team to be fully engaged and fully committed to that fight. So I'm hoping that we'll see a little bit of the change, but I think maybe the Lucio ban kind of hindered some of the players' potential hero pools. It could be limiting, but you can see now we're going to be swapping over and looking at the actual roster lineups.
So it seems like Fable Luna is gonna have no swaps, I believe, because Frosty is just Arya. So yeah, same roster, Fable Luna. I mean, if it works, it works. You know, gotta change anything. And then
Yeah, let's go take a look at the other team's roster. Ascend. You can see Ascend's got a similar lineup where they only have the 5 players, so they're going to be totally reliant on all these players to make the swaps that they need to and keep their team in check, keep them competitive. Lucian, thanks for the sub, man. We appreciate it, man. 10 months.
yeah,
My boy, he's been around for a while, since the IWL days.
yeah, I'm familiar with Lucian. I've seen them around the server talking. I guess we haven't personally talked too much, but yeah. I wonder what Ascend could do here to switch up. I think maybe we can. I'm not really sure what we can do. I mean, Juno's pretty good right now, so I feel like the Juno's I guess is fine meta wise. I think X was doing pretty good on the Sojourn. But I guess it depends on the map type, maybe. We can switch around.
Yeah, matter of fact, you want to pull up the map pool here, Dan? We can take a look at the options that the team has. I believe it's going to be hybrid for the map number 2. It's going to be loser's choice. So, that's all right. We'll get it up here in a minute. But, yeah, it's again, Marlo, I think you're asking the right questions. Like, what can you change to kind of open up their team a little bit? Because it looks like unless X got a huge random pick in the backline, they almost had no chance of getting into the fight, right? So you need to find a way that you can kind of play the small Overwatch, that micro, and still find picks. Because again, if you're just only reliant on the ultimates to kind of get yourself a win, you're just going to be missing out on a whole lot of, small opportunities that you can capitalize on.
Yeah. You can find those small little I guess I don't know, details in your play can really make a difference. So you just gotta. I mean it's up to you can switch up the hero or you can just change how you're playing the character that you're already on. So, but here's the map pool. This is.
So what do you? So what I'm thinking, if I'm Ascend right now, I think you stay away from King's Row forever and eternity, because that is the last map you want to play. When you play a completely bogged down and defensive, retaliatory style like that, King's Row is the worst map to choose, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think Midtown and Blizzard World, at least for hybrid, allow a lot more flexibility. You can go a little more divey on Blizzard World, or just like maybe just poke in general. I guess I'm not really sure what the meta is right now, just because I haven't like played too much. But yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, definitely gonna see. I'm excited
maybe like a
because
Sig.
Midtown. There you go. That's what I like to see. Like I said, I'm just excited to see. It's first week on. We have a double header tonight. We have another match coming up tonight, hosted by Solaire at 10:30. So there's plenty of Overwatch to be played tonight, especially. I know we got a match tomorrow as well. I won't be available to cast it, but I'm sure if you guys are interested, you want to chime in, just join the Discord. I think Explanation Point Discord should still work. Join the Discord. You guys can be a part of the community and just be a part of the overall production if you want to help out, or just want to join, just want to enter in. There's all tiers, all divisions, from Grandmaster all the way down to Bronze, like my man Jack.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, if you want to play, you can just make a little post, looking for team, and then see if anyone is like, okay, sure.
Yes,
yeah.
If you're a solo player or a team, you guys can join.
Yeah, and sometimes they do like charity. We did that charity tournament not too long ago, but and also people just want to chat, have a little community. Why not?
Yeah, even if you're just looking for Overwatch, I'm sure there's people in there that just want to play comp, want to play stadium. Oh, we got replays. Look at that, Dan. You have outdone yourself, my man.
Wait. 2026, we're elevating production.
Yeah, you can't see my face right now, but I'm dapping you up right now, Dan. Oh, it's my man Elmer. What up, Elmer? There's a 30-second delay, Elmer, so if you type, you just gotta give me a minute so I can read it and respond. But yeah, you can see right here, like I said, just perfect defense, perfect play style. Just perfectly playing around your Bastion, and that's going to be important. I hope that Ascend actually do go for the Bastion ban at some point, because I think that character alone will kind of break apart their team comp. They could still replace it with the Reaper, but I think that's going to be one of the pivotal characters that keep the whole team together. Oh, and the bans are actually going to be, obviously, Fable, going to ban the Junker Queen, and Ascend is going to retaliate and ban the Baptiste.
I'm pretty sure Ares was doing a lot of damage. They probably found him difficult to deal with. The Junker Queen probably took a lot of poke from the BAP. Maybe, he's just doing damage in general. Keeps up the Bastion a lot. And also, Bastion did get that buff to his primary fire. So, he should be, I guess I understand why this Bastion pick is working really well right now.
Yeah, so, like I said, you could still replace the Baptiste with something else in this comp and still make it work. It's not going to be as effective, in my opinion, obviously, having that Immortality field. But you could still do, instead of running the Juno, you could typically run, a Kiri Ana, Kiri Brig even. I don't think Luna is typically seen running the Brigitte, but I've been surprised before. Let's see how we deal with it on map number 2.
Yeah, you could run a Kiri Juno. I think that'd be cool. Kiri Juno, I think, works pretty well still. I think Kiri's still a pretty good hero right now. She's still she's always been a good hero, but I think she's still she got a slight nerf to I think her ult or something, and yeah, but I think Juno's just really good right now. She's just probably the more preferred flex support at the moment.
Yeah, it's weird. If you play ranked, you guys would you'll never see a Juno. It's very rare you're gonna see a Juno. But then if you go into competitive play, if you watch, Juno has a really high pick rate. I think it's probably in the 50s, if not upper 50s. So definitely one of those characters, especially with the addition of her new perk with that makes her major perk that makes her gun automatic when she's in the fly.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness! It just really outputs the amount of healing and the amount of damage that she's able to, spit out.
Yeah, and especially with her ability to crit headshot now. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I wonder if they actually pull out the Vendetta. That'd be kind of crazy.
They did ban
haven't
it
seen
map
Vendetta.
1. Yeah, I would say they banned it map 1, so maybe they have seen them in scrims a bit to see that the value that they have with it. But yeah, it looks like Rokane going to start off on the Vendetta on defense.
Okay.
Let's see how it looks here in map number 2. Let's get it.
Oh, we got a Bastion Mirror. And
Oh,
then
that's
looks
why
like
they
they're
didn't ban
playing the
Bastion.
Sig on Ascend. Yeah, they said, you know what, we're gonna try it. We probably got that, but we got a Sig mirror. Sig is also pretty good right now. He's got nice pick by X on Arya. Jumpy seems to be a little bit low.
Yeah,
kind of playing
you
this
can see
slow.
right. Yeah, you can see like they have to kind of slow it down a bit. Not having access to a Baptiste kind of makes things a little bit more difficult to keep your team up and running. Fable Luna kind of just hugging that corner and letting Eris just kind of support them as best as they can. And you can see right now, I'm interested. I'm wondering why they don't just walk in here. They just stood at the choke the entire time. They got the picks and they just kind of froze in fear. All thanks to Jumpy and Eris kind of playing off angles, kind of keeping them at bay. And that choke is just going to be kind of their death's doorstep.
Yeah, they absolutely had the opening pick. They could have done something with it, but I think maybe the Ram kind of, he can just like really do a lot of damage into the Sigma. He probably has a bit of a hard time pushing into that. And also they're running the Ana Lucio, which I think is fine, but maybe not the most ideal, at least in terms of support comp. Oh, that's a huge grenade. That did a lot of damage with that.
A lot of damage. You see Jumpy popping artillery. Here we go. Going straight to the back line. Maki does have access to the Nano, but not going to be able to get it off in time. Rokane going straight to the back line. Eris going to pop Kitsune Rush as well, just to capitalize on the initial pick there. And it's going to be lights out again here for Fable Luna. Again, Sen's going to have to hope they get a last-second pick here. Wannabe Adult is just going to be caught in the corner, and he definitely wants to get back to his team. That's what I was talking about. The Vendetta can isolate targets so much easier. And it's weird how they've kind of flipped the script. I was hoping that Ascend would be one of the teams that kind of isolate targets a bit, but Fable is going to be the one to capitalize. And Baptiste ban, no problem here. Still a pretty good defensive hold. Not even a single tick. I don't think they barely touched the point at all. And a minute and a half left to go.
Yeah, Ascend, they're coming up. They're about to have 5 ultimates. But Fable Luna has just been using their ultimates like really well. Like they've only used 2 of that fight, and they still have like they're gonna have 3. We're gonna have the Juno ult. Oh, Rokane's going for the flank. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Sundering Blade. He's got to look for a target. Maki again, the primary and sole target here. Wannabe Adult gets a retaliatory pick, but it looks like Arya's, Orbital Ray is going to be able to help close out the fight. Joe Mama popping Blade to no avail. They finally get on the point. They made a big commitment in this fight, but it's not going to find any success. Not even a single tick to show for it. And that is 4 big ultimates. Joe Mama, unfortunately, having to use that blade at that last moment. Thought it was going to be able to turn things around. And Maki still holding on to his Nano, just not getting an opportunity. Rokane has just been so annoying and so pestering to the backline.
Yeah, I think he's doing a pretty good job at getting picks here. And we're only going to have the Ana ult here and versus a Ram ultimate. So let's see how this works out.
Yeah, this Bastion X is going to have to come up clutch right now because there's the only way to survive this team fight is to keep the Bastion alive and just put damage on the back line. Arya onto Joe Mama again, and now they're only down to a single DPS, 15 seconds to go. Ascend is going to have to make magic happen. Nano finally coming out and is going to the Sigma, finally taking down Juno. Well, I mean, Juno, I just mean tank, but you know what I mean. Juno also goes down. That's going to be hopefully a team fight win. Exia gets the pick, Jumpy. Getting a little jumpy on the ultimate artillery strike, immediately going to get rocked out, and in overtime they're going to come up clutch, and that's where you need to. That's what I need to see, right? Maki finally using the Nano, and guess what? It came up clutch. They finally got it off, and they finally got the win. Getting the first point is going to be crucial for this point. This map in particular is very snowbally.
Oh yeah, especially second point. You can definitely get snowballed, or sometimes it could be the other way around, where it's like you can kind of get stuck at the second point too. But I think we can. Let's hope for like a third point push. Like we want to go.
Yes, Joe Mama finally on the kill feed tonight.
Nice.
He's been just sleeper cell agent. He's about to keep going with the assistance of X. They're just lighting everybody up. Clutch time from the Tracer. Let's see it. I like to see it. Pulse Bomb incoming for this next fight as well. X is just, like I said, they're completely opposite of like the spectrum of like what you want to see on a DPS, but they're still in sync, and that's what you need. You need that synergy from your other DPS so you can kind of make things happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, taking out 2 supports at the beginning of the fight is huge. That's a huge props to bro.
Oh! How about another 2? From 2 supports to 2 DPS. He's still looking for more blood hungry in the backline. And look at that. What I was talking about. X and Joe Mama on the backline and just completely controlling this point. Snowball for sure. They're going to get point number 2. And with time on the board, after capping it in overtime at the last possible moment, they finally have their footing. And they're looking very clean going into this 3rd and final point.
A huge pulse bomb and then X cleaning up the rest. That was so good. That's what you want to see, bro. I think he just needed to warm up. You know, he's ready to put on a performance now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we were talking about how Maki just never got the opportunity to use their ultimate. Now, Make Me Juno is one of the players that haven't been able to use their ultimate. They've been holding on to this Annihilation roll credits for like ever. It's been 3 or 4 consecutive fights, and Fogsy using Beat here, being the initiator of this fight. Arya getting caught up in that Sigma Flux. X is just going to help clean up that fight, but finally going to pop Annihilation. Is it going to be enough to be able to turn this fight around? It's going to be crucial, and with no support, it's going to be a very difficult task, if not impossible.
Yeah, Make Me Juno just chilling on card, trying to stall. But I think we regroup here. We got 2 ultimates. I think we got 2 good ultimates that we can use to change the fight. Versus a Nano and a Bastion ult. Another Pulse actually coming up very soon. Ooh, nice kill by Jumpy. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Made the change. What a time to do it. The very last point, and they were coming around that corner with a vengeance. So I mean, that was one of those things that if they didn't make a change soon, they were going to have a real tough time to make that stop. And Jumpy, 1 swap, 1 kill on the Tracer, finally gives your support some room to breathe and some moment of respite. So Sundering Blade coming up here again for Rokane. Got to try to make it happen. And they're going to be aggressive here into their spawn door. I don't like this play, but hey, as long as we get the picks, that's all that matters.
Yep. It seems like the 6 is going to fall here. Nice. Alright, we've stabilized a bit. Let's see what ultimates we got. We're just going to have the Vendetta. Might be a little tricky to get a pick off. You know, Vendetta's a little like vulnerable when she uses her ult. So you kind of have to be careful, especially against the Ana Sleep too.
Ana Sleep, the Sigma Rock, yeah, there's tons of stuff that can stun you out of it. Uh-oh, and Wannabe Adult just walking past the tank, just ignoring him. Jumpy falls to 1 HP. Fogsy falls to the Sundering Blade, but it's one of those things I feel like the damage has already been done. People are already falling, and with only a solo Kiriko to support, they're going to have a real tough time trying to sustain. Try to roll to the supports, and unfortunately Eris try to keep them alive. Not going to be enough to keep themselves alive, though. And in the corner, Make Me Juno is going to make me cry with that positioning.
Bro, yeah, unfortunate. It's not looking too good. Oh, the Sigma ult.
Oh, not going to find a connection. Jumpy does get a big pick. No pulse bomb. Targets. Maki gets a elimination themselves, but again, Jumpy staying elusive. And look at that. What a turnaround right there. Jumpy. Clutch time again. Oh, they almost seen at that point. I was 0.4 meters away from losing that. But again, what a time for Jumpy to come in clutch. And that was a big mistake on Ascend. They could have easily full capped that point, but they went a little aggressive on the ultimates. No connection on the Graphitic Flux. Just allowed their team to kind of regroup, resustain. And Jumpy telling us what time it was.
Yeah, I think you have to be a little, like, you know, I understand it's, like, tense in the game, and you're like, we gotta go fast, we gotta act quick, but, like, you know, you gotta make sure your timing is right, too. Like, you don't want to go too aggro, because then, like, look, maybe you missed the flux, and then now, like, you didn't get a pick, and now it's, like, Jumpy somehow gets 3. It's, like, you know, like, you have to be careful. You know, those... So
what you're saying is, it's a domino effect off of one missed ult? Couldn't be me.
I mean,
couldn't be me.
It could be, yeah. I mean, but yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of. It could definitely work that way. Like you know, like I don't know. Like I guess if you push it in too far, you're like out of position. The cart is still like needs to push a little bit more. Like and then now like you're staggered, and then now Jumpy's back, and then maybe you don't have an ult, and like you know. But I mean, I think they still did a really good job, like being held like almost full health first point, and then pushing through second, like I think you still made a pretty good push despite being held, um, almost like running out of time on first point. So it seems like
Yeah,
I like how we're getting a back and forth now. Like it's not just like dominance. Like this is what you want to see. This is entertainment. We're entertained. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, definitely some back and forth action here. So let's see if they can keep that going here on Fable's attempt at attack. And look at the turnaround in comps. Now Eris going for the Brigitte. I was telling you I didn't expect a Brigitte to be selected from Fable, but Eris showing off their flexibility. They've been playing all sorts of different characters, and they're gonna go straight to the back line. Put in the gravity well right there. Eris gets the pick onto Joe Mama, and Joe Mama was trying their hand at the Vendetta this time around, but no luck, no success.
Yeah, that's not what you need at the beginning of the round, bro. Like now here they're pushing. Jumpy gets Maki. Like we gotta. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe he just like mistimed a little bit. He went a little bit too early.
Whoa! Mistimed! Mistimed! Hello, X coming up crazy clutch there himself, performing his version of the Jumpy, jumping out of the hallway and getting 3 big picks. Wow. Yeah, Juno unfortunately got caught out of position from the Bastion himself, and because of that, they had no type of sustain, no damage mitigation to kind of keep their team alive. And against a Bastion like that, yeah, he's salivating, man.
Yeah, Bastion. I mean, you gotta be careful. That turret. But it seems like we're still rotating around. We're playing it slow. Okay, now we're rotating again. Bastion's coming out.
Here we go. Let's see if X can find a pick here. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be kind of tough to get these two. They both have a lot of sustain with the access to the ring that can kind of speed you around, shields galore. But you can see they still made their hold here. They're kind of forced into the corner, and that's kind of right where the sweet spot is for Sigma. Sigma able to kind of get this extra damage, and Joe Mama as well, just chomping at the bits. 2 big picks. Gets picked from Arya, but it feels like the damage has been done. Back to spawn they go. Jumpy is sliding for the hills. And a nice successful hold. No ticks. They got a couple picks here, so they might be able to kind of recapitalize and get through the choke without worry of getting picked. But they got to go right now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think they do have the spawn advantage just a little bit. But, okay. Pushing in. Sig is getting real low.
Oh, Nano coming out. Graphitic Flux as well as Overclock being used at the same time. Gets onto Brig. Eris falling dangerously low. Not going to find the pick, though. Rokane getting rid of Joe Mama. Rock is not going to find any success there, and now it's just going to be a domino effect again off of 1 big pick. So X again, though, 2 onto supports. Make it 3 again. Am I watching a replay right now? No, it's not. It's the real thing. It says live. 3 picks again from X. Needs to make it 4. They got a tick on the board here.
Can we Juno ult?
Wannabe, got to survive there, though.
Oh, nice. Okay, huge pick. That's good. Okay, we take out the Annihilation. We're going to be careful, though.
Uh-oh.
The sleep.
No. Ouch.
Oh, we're just taking
I would have wanted to hold that there. X is going to get chopped up. Joe Mama forced to use Sundering Blade to kind of chunk down the tank that was in the Annihilation. Arya trying to help hold this point with the help of Eris. And a rally being used. They think this is winnable. Arya is going to retaliate. But is it enough? Fogsy is trying to make things happen. X trying to help their team out.
Jumpy gets Maki. That's good.
Orbital Ray, no success from Arya. He had 30 seconds left, but they're still committing. This has been a long team fight here. They're trying to make it close out, and they do get the point. It took a big effort from their team, but they're finally able to secure that point. Not quite in overtime, but very close to it. There was only 30 seconds left. But, I mean, look at the amount of defensive posture that Ascend had that match.
Yeah, no, X was really, like, keeping them in the fight, and their supports were, like, holding it down, like, healing up everybody up. Like, oh, my God. Like, I was stressed. Like, even through 2 support ults, like, they almost lost. Fable almost lost that.
Yeah, I mean, nice pulse bomb onto Fogsy. Joe Mama giving up on the Vendetta, going over to Mei. Interesting. I guess they want to try to isolate Juno as best they can. I think that's what they thought was a winning success, a winning formula. You see X going straight to the back line. Maybe this is how they keep getting those picks. Here's one again. Just keep lighting it up, man. 3 picks again. This dude is, listen, every single time we flip over the camera to him, it's a triple kill. I cannot believe it. This man is going crazy on the Bastion.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, we're gonna have Jumpy's ult. We're gonna have another Annihilation. We're gonna have a rally. Let's just against the Flux though. We gotta be careful. Hopefully, maybe we can rally through the Flux and like try to sustain. We gotta.
I don't know. He tried it last time. It didn't work out so well for Eris. I think he's going to try to initiate with it. I think they're going to be really aggressive here, especially with the orbital ring. Yeah, overclock being used. Jumpy going straight to the back line and finally getting rid of the thorn in their backside. X off of the field. They're going to pop Annihilation. They're going to pop Nano. They're going to pop everything. They still get some picks to kind of even up the fight. Juno falls dangerously low, but he's just forced to block the entire time. And you try to swing one time and you're going to fall.
Yep, nice. I think we can cap here. That we might have successfully. Oh, the ball's gonna come out. We might get a touch.
0.4 meters.
Barely.
This is definitely winnable for their team, especially with X on the field. You just know fireworks are going to happen. I know it was New Year's already, but guess what? There's still some left over.
X with another huge pick.
Oh, wow. They're going to use the mails here. Fogsy helping out with the picks. Going to use beat here. I like that beat because it's one of those things they have to make the commitment. They had to try to make it happen, and it's not going to work for them. It's only going to be met with adversity, 0.01 meters. That's all they needed to be able to secure that second point. And now they're going to have a tough time. They have a pulse bomb. Arya may be able to have time to build up to the orbital ray, but it's just them against the clock right now. 2 seconds. Nobody's going to be able to make the touch. Fogsy coming up clutch, booping him back. And Ascend, they're going to be able to tie things up 1-1.
Wow. It's definitely a different map. The first map. Definitely tempo change. And, yeah. I think, I don't know. So, X just popped off. He really just, like, killed so many people, multiple fights. And I think that just kind of threw off Fable. And, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, man, great turnaround for their team. And, I've been proven wrong before. And as I said before, I thought Bastion was going to be the ban here, but you can see X was really making some things happen with that play of the game and just every single fight coming out in, configure. It was just nothing but just blue on that kill feed. So really good stuff for Ascend to be able to turn things around. They almost full held them. It was pretty close. I think if they had a little bit more sustain, it was interesting. I was kind of skeptical about the Sigma at the start of the map. I didn't think it would be a good pick against the Ramattra, but he made it happen and he made it work really, really well, especially with the nanos coming out from Maki every other fight. It just, again, impossible to kind of stop a Sigma that has all of his util, all of his resources that can kind of chomp you down.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Sigma versus Ram is definitely like tricky, because the Ram can get a lot of damage in, but it seems like they were able to make it work, and also Sig did get buffed not too long ago, so maybe he's just that. I guess that helps with like in terms of the changes. But yeah,
Marlo, it's funny that you mentioned that. I wanted to bring it up earlier, but I didn't have the time to. But now that you brought it up, they actually reverted that change.
They did.
Yeah, they buffed the amount of damage that Sigma does with his hyperspheres, and it was just terrorizing ranked so much that they put out a hotfix the day or two afterwards and reverted that change.
Oh, damn. Then I guess, then I'm wrong.
No, dude, it's just one of those things. It feels like he's just so strong right now in the meta, and you like I said, you even believed he was still buffed, which is I do not blame you at all. I think you're 100% right. Like I would have thought the same thing. It's no shame on you, man. It's just funny that you brought it up. So
yeah,
but it looks like the bans are coming in for their teams. Who do they got banned in for this next map, Marlo?
So it seems like we're getting a Ram ban. Seems like the Ram definitely still did prove a bit of a challenge. But there's also the other team has decided to go with the Lucio ban. So maybe I think because Fogsy might be like a Lucio main. Like I think he is really comfortable on the Lucio. So I think maybe that's why we're banning Lucio. Um,
I gotta. I wonder. I hope they chose the map first because I was trying to wait to see what they chose for the map. In my opinion, I think you wait to see what the map is first and then you go for a ban. So that way you can kind of gauge it. Because like if we're playing like Watchpoint and Gibraltar this next point, you're probably not going to see the Ramattra, right? So you don't want to waste a ban in that instance. But I think they must have already discussed what the map was going to be for this next point. But again, I think Ramattra, if they're going to play like a regular escort map that's not vertically challenged, I think Ramattra is definitely the right move. Yeah, oh, it's going to be push. And it's going to be New Queen Street. Okay. Yeah, 100% ban the Ramattra, please. I don't want to see that anymore.
yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, it definitely depends on the. You don't want to like waste a ban on like I don't know like a diva or something like because like if you're like on watch point you're probably gonna have to go like dive. I think. I mean I'm pretty sure it's a very popular dive map. But yeah, good bans. I think. I wonder did Call Me Juno play Ram the entire time first map too?
Yeah, I believe he played Ramattra all the entire first map on Lijiang, and he saw a few times on Midtown he made the desperation swaps, but I think the majority of the time it was Ramattra as well. So I wonder what he's going to come out with on New Queen Street. Obviously, this map, I mean, most push maps in general are just very flexible with how you want to play and which team comps you want to swap over to. Maybe even be in the Orisa, so you can be a little bit more versatile, hard to kill. I think Orisa is probably going to be the closest one to that.
Yeah. I'm gonna just guess and say that he maybe matches a Sig. This is just a guess. Because if you think about it, Eris liked playing the BAP as well. So maybe we go with Sig, we play BAP, Juno, and then we maybe keep Bastion and like Rokane flexes to like Vendetta or Tracer or something like that. Is what is our counter swap strategy.
All right. Let's see how they fare in this map number 3. Things are all tied up. I did see Adult make that change over to the Wrecking Ball. I think that really did help out their team as well. Okay, Dan. Thank you. I figured that too. I didn't notice though. But yeah, hey, look at that. I sort of know what I'm talking about. Icarus coming out the gates on the Orisa. I'm playing Orisa tonight.
Okay, I see. They did a tank swap. Yeah, we're going for the Orisa, like you brought up. I think, like what you said, it makes a lot of sense. You're a lot harder to kill, so you're just stable, live a long time throughout the fight.
Unless, I mean, it could be a thing too. They maybe called out the Wrecking Ball. I was not reading the Wrecking Ball coming out from Ascend at all, but I mean, they're starting off with the Wrecking Ball. Want to be a little bit more elusive. X is going to start off on the Reaper guy, while Joe Mama on their tried and true Tracer. They're going to try to light up the kill feed once again, but you can see Adult just getting super low right there. Spear coming out onto Joe Mama, and that's going to be a fight win here for Fable Luna. And if they can get the Wrecking Ball pick too, that would be huge.
Yeah, good job, Fable Luna. Good start. Yeah, ooh, nice pick. But it seems like they're going for like a ball, like Ana, like dive comp. Well, actually, they have a Bastion, so it's a little less divey. But I think your strategy here, you want to get a nade, and we need to follow up. It's also gonna be a little hard to like slam on like Juno maybe and the Orisa.
Yeah, I mean, look how much damage that Adult takes right there. He slams in, and he's just immediately met by a spear, the twirl, and the stun grenade from the Cassidy. Jumpy's found his home on the Cassidy, has not swapped it the entire time since as well. High Noon trying to tell him what time it is. X needs to try to find a pick, but unfortunately everybody's going to be running for the hill. Rokuru just forced to hold shield that entire time. Yeah, they made that swap as well. I thought Fogsy was going to be able to stay on that point, but unfortunately, we're going to make that swap out, and Rokane as well. Cleaning up kills, chasing down the Tracer, and it looks like they're going to be able to get the checkpoint and more.
Yeah. I think, I'm gonna repeat myself. We need to get a nade off. Like, I think you really want to like get that immor out. Like, even if you don't like immediately get a pick, you get the immortality out. Makes things a lot easier.
Whoops.
Okay, but we swapped to Malga. Also, I think my stream's a little delayed, um, but it seems like he got burned down real fast.
Yeah, he got chunked down. Eris on their comfort pick. The Baptiste is something that Eris has been. I've known him for quite a while. That is definitely one of his best characters, if it's not the Alari. So definitely something to look out for. You dive in as Malga. There's not much you can do. I mean, you kind of have to just full commit to the fight. You got to hope that you can get a nano or something. X gets a pick onto the kill feed, but unfortunately, I mean, they're just walking this payload or this robot in. Only 2 meters to go. Is this going to be the quickest map 3? It is. That's it. It's over. Yeah, they just couldn't get any footing down. And Ascend just on the back foot, backpedaling the entire map. Map 3 is already over. That was definitely going to be a record here in week number 1.
Yeah, especially after like before map, I was not expecting like a 2-minute map. Like, and it just seems. Oh, wow. I don't know how long it was. But yeah.
Either way, Dan, you have to confirm it for us. Let us know how long that map was, because that was blazing fast. So record for sure. Obviously, anything that happens in the series is going to set a record for the season. But I think league wide, it might be a record too. Is it 4 minutes? That's a lie. That's fake. I fell a lot quicker than 4 minutes.
I don't even know. Like, what is like? I think the ball was just maybe not the best choice. I think we should have just gone back to like the SIG or something, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I think just having some sort of damage mitigation really did help out a little bit when it comes to how you're going to run your supports and stuff. Because, I mean, if you're going to run Ana, it's going to be really difficult for Ana to build up her nano in time. I mean, you wanted to talk about grenade. Either the Bastion grenade or the anti-grenade is crucial for that team fight, but you weren't seeing really anything because every single time they would get into a fight, somebody would get critical. Eris, Arya, Jumpy were just able to kind of just pump out monster damage and just make fights almost impossible to approach on.
Yeah. You have a lot of damage that could a bad backline now, and like comparative to like an Ana Brig, like Brig can't really like push up onto this, like, you know, like you're not really battling like a dive in the back right now, and like you don't really get expired maybe, and so I think maybe it's just like a poor comp choice, maybe it was just something they're comfortable with and they thought that would just work, but yeah, we're kind of forced on escort, so. I wonder.
And you know what the sucky thing is too, Marlo? Is Ramattra can't be banned twice in a row. So now they have to deal with Ramattra again, which I think is even arguably better on escort versus push.
Yeah, that's very true.
But
yeah,
I mean,
so
the way the sorry I didn't mean to cut you off, but the way the selection works, the losing team gets the choice of the map, and the winning team gets the ban first. So if Ascend wants to pick the map, they're gonna have to be at mercy of what Luna wants to try and ban.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait a second. We're deciding. We're talking strategy. Shambali.
Okay.
I think you can SIG. Yes. Good choice. I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. I wonder.
Can you pull up the map real quick, Dan? I don't know. I just want to say, I think Shambhali's good. I don't know if this. Yeah, you see they had access to Junkertown and Route 66. I probably would have gone Junkertown, but at the same time, these guys probably have a coach telling them, whispering in their ear, telling them what they want to retaliate with. I think Shambhali really plays into the hand of Ramattra, being able to bounce around corners and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Either way, I think they'll have a strategy in place. I think they're ready for whatever they throw at them.
Yeah, I agree. So we have a Bastion ban, first ban. So we're probably not gonna have a Bastion mirror, unfortunately. Even though that's very exciting. But yeah, I mean, I mean, we could
We're just
probably
gonna ban
just
Baptiste
Soul
again, bro. I think we're just gonna ban Baptiste again for that's gonna suck for Luna as well, because I feel like the Baptiste really did make a big difference for their team, being able to one sustain with the immortality field and being able to put out the window and just pump out monster damage. But alas, when you Baptiste is gonna be the second ban here for Ascend, or I guess for Luna, but Ascend is the one that chose the actual ban itself. So Ramattra gonna have a lot tougher time to survive. Obviously, they did help keep him up quite a bit with the access to the Kiriko, but is it gonna be enough to kind of slow the amount of damage that they're able to pump out with the Sigma?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Sorry, I blinked.
No, you're good. It caught me off guard. I was trying to take us in my water. It got me laughing.
Not good. I'm just not as professional as you, bro. I'm trying my best. It's okay.
No, you're good, man. It's we all start somewhere, right?
Yeah, this is true.
You should have saw Marlo. I wish I could pull it up and show you my first time ever commentating Overwatch. It sucked.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty bad at it, to be completely honest. But
I would disagree. You seem pretty good. You seem pretty comfortable. I don't know.
I've done this once or twice.
Yeah, you got some experience on your hand. But I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just chilling, just gaining experience, having fun.
I get it, man. Same here. It's a lot of fun. I love doing it because I love this game. It helps that they have the collegiate finals around here, so I'm able to just travel to Austin and do the Overwatch tournaments in person.
Oh, wait, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, dude, it's so cool. It's so fun. I get to meet all the college students and stuff, and to see people get like scholarships and stuff all off of this game in particular, it excites me because I'm just like, man, if I ever want to go back to school, I could just chop it up on some Overwatch and make it happen.
Yeah, it's like even you could just make some friends, through Overwatch. You kind of already have a little set community, and also we're just waiting for the map to start, I guess. And I don't know. We're just killing each other. Deathmatch vibes.
Skirmish style.
Yep.
Look at that. Even Jazzbeast said you got it, bro.
Wow.
You already got a fan.
My go, Jazzbeast. I'll remember you forever.
There you go. Look at that. First time on the mic. Already got a fan. Love to see it. All right. So, back to business. Ascend needs to try to tie things up, take us to the 5-map Gigabanger. And they can do it here. They get to attack first, which is I always prefer attacking first especially if I'm down. You want to try to set the tone. If you get a monster time bank and full cap a map, it really kind of brings the opposing team's morale down going to that next fight. It makes things harder for them, knowing they have to climb this almost impossible hill. I always think of that meme with that dude climbing the hill with the rock, the boulder.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I forgot what his name was. That's like Greek mythology. I know what you're talking about.
Thank you. See, you're a fellow historian. We got to brush up our history. Week 1, we'll get it by week 10.
Yep.
Wow, wanna be adult coming out with the diva.
Yeah, the diva's coming out. We got Vendetta versus a Widow, and then we got the Ana Lucio. It seems like we're pretty comfortable with Ana Lucio.
What's crazy, Marlo, is Ahri is actually going being the Kiriko this time around, and Eris going to the Brig. And normally it's been flip-flopped around. It's normally Eris is the one playing the Kiriko. You see the fight happening real deep right now.
I think Ahri is just in general very comfortable on the Kiriko. I guess maybe opposed to Eris. Eris likes the Bab, like the Alari, and she can do the Juno and the Kiri.
Yo, Joe, slow down, bro. He was so critical. I was just about to compliment how they were able to how Ascend was able to kind of keep Joe Mama alive, but then he went right back in while he's still critical. crazy work right there from Joe. Just completely believed it. Said, you know what? They got me. I'm going to go right back in. But unfortunately, that's what I was talking about. Like, oh, yeah, go ahead, Mo.
I was like classic ranked like moment, like your teammate is like half health and like they just decide to go back in for some reason, and you're just like, bro, like, come on.
Yeah, I've definitely been there before. No, I was saying, like, that's the thing when you run the Ana like that. You're totally reliant on your DPS and your support to kind of help stay in LOS to get any type of healing. Joe Mama went to the back line, wasn't able to get healed here, but he already got the 2 big picks. So at that point, I think that's definitely a worthy trade. They're looking for this Tracer to kind of get rid of Rokane, because Rokane has been kind of a thorn in the backside of Ascend. Always getting the pick onto the Ana, and he's still able to get away.
Got the D.Va chasing him. He's like juking around. I think we don't want to... Okay, well, we're back to main. My screen is...
What? You gotta fly it, bro! Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Ooh. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's big unfortunate. Just maybe... Definitely mistimed the thrusters right there. Wanted to get that bomb out into the deep end. Wouldn't matter, though. I think Arya did have access to the Kitsune. And, yeah, we're going to have Kitsune as well. Definitely meant Suzu, but you know what I meant. Straight to the back line. Terra Surge going to find 2 big picks. Make it a third.
Oh,
Icarus.
Huge.
Huge Terra Surge right there. Gets the 3 picks. And now the time bank right now for Ascend has just dwindled down to nothing. 1 minute left here to be able to cap this point.
Yeah, I think they're playing this really well. I think the Brig does well against the D.Va. And they also just use their ults like they still have 2 more. Like we have the Rally. And... Ascend doesn't really have anything right now except for maybe that beat in the... Well, the beat's pretty good, but the Vendetta ult comes out.
Oh.
Let's see if she can get anything.
Sundering Blade not going to find connection. A wannabe adult is going to go straight to the backline. X gets the pick, but the trade coming out right now, 4v4. They get the D-Mech onto D.Va, and they needed that pick onto the Tracer. If they got that pick, Fogsy would still be alive. They would be able to recontest, but unfortunately not going to find the connection. They're going to have to regroup right now. They do have quite a bit of ultimates coming up here with the Overclock and the Beat, and it's going to be clutch because they don't have any way to kind of keep their team in check, but Adult needs to either wipe or get back in mech right now. Oh, no! Big stagger!
That's absolutely what you don't need, bro. Like, you have to make sure, like, every second counts. Like, we gotta jump off, we gotta do something. Like, especially if you're Baby D.Va, like, it's gonna... I don't know, you gotta be careful.
I'm surprised he didn't go Sigma here. Beats coming out super early, no tank in sight. Overclock to the backline, gets the pick, but unfortunately X did not catch the beat right there from the Lucio. And Icarus falling super low, not gonna survive. Straight to the backline, Jumpy popped the high noon, but unfortunately it was only 11 o'clock, not able to find any picks. And the Tracers are going to light up the kill feed, back and forth. Rokane versus Joe Mama, feels like for the win. They need to find another pick, but the D.Va DM is just going to be too annoying to deal with. The damage mitigation too strong. And Ascend capping in overtime. Still an opportunity for them to, make this a win condition.
Yeah, I mean, we clutched it out at the end. It was not looking super good, but yeah, I mean, I guess we can keep it going. I'm like,
all right, let's see if Adult can actually like throw the D.Va bomb into the fight, not just drop it at choke.
This is true. I mean, I think for the most part, you kind of want to save it, like to keep yourself up. If you lose.
Okay, so you're thinking just save it to a remake here. Be aggressive.
Yeah, because like you just get a lot more. Because there's a chance you just like don't get a kill, and then like it's kind of like I don't know.
A waste.
Like, yeah, a little bit. I think you just get more value just like extending your life.
And man, I don't know what's gonna happen right now because it was 2 picks from Ascend, just completely stopping them right now, and this defense just pushing them back into the spawn. And Icarus only at 50%. They're gonna throw D.Va bomb in this time. Icarus. Unfortunately, just like we were talking about Greek mythology, flying way too close to the sun and immediately getting burned by that D.Va bomb. Like a moth to a flame.
Unfortunate for bro, I think.
You're not going to dab me up for that one, man? That was good. Dab me up, son.
Sorry. I'm fictionally dabbing you up as we speak.
There you go. Let's go, Marlo.
I guess I wasn't familiar with that story, but I still give you credit.
There you go. I'll tell you about it afterwards. Story time. Story time,
Okay,
Leapfrog.
I'm seated.
Up right after this.
Right after the stream.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna have Leapfrog. Just fucking.
Let's do it. I'm down. Just like Icarus, swapping right back over to their Matcha. I'm really surprised Wannabe is not going for the Sigma pick. I feel like Sigma, even without the Ramatcha swap, I thought was a good pick. Arya gonna get caught out of position. You can see the rally coming out from Eris, but no shield means no survivability and no chance to be able to go another fight right there. Jumpy survives by the skin of his teeth, as well as Icarus. No, not going to be able to survive for too much longer. Wannabe is running around as the Baby Diva. Just another gun you have to deal with. But X has just been still an annoyance every single time. Pick after pick, he finds his way. He had access to Overclock against Jumpies, but not going to even have time to use it. They're going to cap it with a minute and a half on the clock.
Really good push. I mean, it's kind of like Tales of Midtown. We almost get full health first point, and then we push pretty much to the end. I mean, they got all 3 points. Like, really nice push. Yeah.
Yeah, another snowball effect for this team. You could definitely tell that that's how they like to play, right? They like to kind of play things a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical, and then the moment you give them an option, bam! They're just going to just run it down and just completely capitalize on the mistakes. And the thing is, Fable didn't make too many mistakes. They just kind of got caught out a few times, but that's the benefit of running that Diva. And once again, I'm proven wrong, where I thought Sigma would be the better option, but he's just been lighting it up on every tank he's been playing so far.
That's true. He's been doing pretty well on everything he's played. I think, yeah, I mean, a stable tank for Ascend keeps them in the fight. Yeah, shout out to Adult.
Shout out to all my adults out there. All the people over 18. If you're not over 18, give it some time. You'll get there.
Do your homework. Go play blocks? I don't know.
Go back to Roblox, right? There you go.
Yeah, go back to Roblox, bro. The adults, this is adult time. The adults are talking.
All right, attack time for Fable. Jumpy coming out of spawn with the Vendetta. So I'm wondering I wonder if Jumpy just wants to be the decision maker for their team right now, because Rokane, I feel like, has been doing really good on the Tracer, and Jumpy has been doing solid on the hit scan, whether it's the Sojourn or the Cassidy, but Rokane actually coming out on the Soj, and Adult getting caught out of position.
Oh, yeah, you gotta be careful there. Yeah, no, Ram does just a butt ton of just damage to Diva if you're not careful. And I think he just uses boosters and just like got cut out, like, unfortunately. But yeah, yeah, usually
Boom.
Jumpy is the hit scan. So I think you're right. I think Jumpy is like, he thinks he can get the picks that they need, and maybe in the back, and they're like, okay, well, Ro can go on the Sojourn.
All right, retaliatory fight here, and unfortunately just going to get met with the fists of destruction, the fists of annihilation. Icarus just putting boots to ass right now and just completely clearing up this point. And with the assistance of Jumpy on the Vendetta, there's nothing you can do in DM there. It's just nothing. It's just all physical damage. And it looks like Joe Mama gets 2 picks, potentially to be able to turn things around.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like, he, like, I don't even know how he did that. He just, like, went in the back and just took out a few people. The Hawk comes out. Okay, was not expecting that. Takes out Icarus. They're able to hold with, like, less than a meter. Oh, another huge hook. Okay. Let's see.
You know what?
A bit unconventional.
I was going to say, I think it's just unconventional. I think it's just they just need to be on the back foot. Every single time you think their run is over, their hopes are lost, they find a way to dig deep. They're going to have to try to deal with this Ramatra ult coming up, though. Eris does have access to a beat, unless he falls to the tank. Getting caught out of position. Hog still falls, but they do have access to a big ultimate pool. Joe Mama popping the blade, trying to chop people up. But unfortunately, Jumpy's sword is bigger. Or is it? Yeah, way too big. No pause.
Jumpy's sword is huge.
I'm
just like
yeah,
watching
so
back and
close. I was gonna say the fight is so close in that instance. Like if Foxy had access to a beat there, that would have been clutch for Ascend. They would have been able to help sustain long enough for the tank to get back. And Wannabe just needs one opportunity to kind of catch somebody off guard.
Yeah, Joe Mama switches to Tracer here. I think he's not feeling the Genji too hard. That's kind of crazy wording, but yeah, he's not feeling the Genji. But we do have double support ults on both sides, and 2 damage support for Fable as well. I mean, damage ults.
Yeah, if I'm Ascend right now, I'm just trying to play retaliatory. I think if I see a beat, I beat in return. If I see a Kitsune Rush, I'm going to Kitsune Rush in return. So regardless of whether they double support ults or not, I think you just go off of what the attacking team does. Yeah, you see Arya they had one support ult for another support ultimate. I mean, press Q galore, dude. 4 ultimates being used simultaneously, and that's the only bad thing. When you pop the beat first in that fight, you're just gonna your overhealth's gonna dwindle a lot faster than theirs.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I mean, I guess when you double support ult, you should be able to win that fight. Because Maki didn't able to use his Kitsune. So he still has that, which honestly might be good. You can turn the fight with the Kitsune pretty quickly. You can like burn someone down real fast if you use it right. But we're only gonna have like a Ram versus Vendetta ult right now, and a Pulse.
All right. Yeah, I'm hoping Jumpy can start off the fight early here with the Sundering Blade. Find an early pick, unless he gets caught out of position right there. Super dangerous at that moment. Wannabe going over to the Orisa, just playing the whole tank role tonight. X getting the pick onto the backline. No Kitsune Rush even needed. Maki hasn't even needed to even think about it, but maybe should have thought about using it at some point in time. Icarus gets the 2 picks onto the backline. And again, if I'm Ascend, I don't mind that trade, because as long as they win in this defensive hold, it doesn't matter how much point or how far they get this point, because they still have to full cap it to take us to overtime.
This is true. I think, honestly, you could have used maybe the Curio. I feel like if you used it earlier, maybe you could have held just a little bit more space. But okay, Kitsune finally comes out.
Ugh. Okay, Sundering Blade from Jumpy. He's looking for some. Doesn't get anything. And Joe Mama and X still alive and well, chopping out the bits, getting those picks when they need him the most. Maki needs to try to survive, and against Jumpy, it's the supports versus the Ramattra. Icarus can do nothing except watch his team fall around him. And with Wannabe getting back into the fight, it's going to be a fight win. Maki just being a nuisance just as much as Fogsy. No need for big, mobility when you have access to a teleport and an invulnerability like Suzu.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, they're only going to have an Orisa. Okay, well, they'll have a Lucio as well versus another beat. We're going to have Sojin ult, which could be huge. I think it's going to be matched against the beat. Oh, but it's all so low.
Fogsy, gotta keep your team up, man. Doll's getting so low, but X gets the pick onto Eris. And that's what I was talking about. Whoever is second usually wins in that fight. Eris falls, and now they lose their sustain. Arya is not able to keep their team alive. There's too many bodies that are critical. They have to fall back. Or do they have to? Icarus gets the pick onto the punch, but he's forced to block, not able to get the shield down in time. And is back to the spawn when we go. They've surpassed the time bank. But again, this is an escort map. It doesn't matter if you cap it in overtime. You just need to cap it.
Yep. I mean, they started with like 4 minutes on this point, and now we're down to about to hit a minute. Like, we gotta. I'm not sure. Like, I guess what's going wrong. I think they just need to use their ults just a little bit better, and I think they could really I believe that they can do it. Okay, but
oh my goodness, Joe Mama 2 to the back line, and X makes it 3. And now it's going to be a 3v2 right now, and it's going to be a tough time to make it happen. And they actually still can bring it back. Rokane is helping light it up. And now it's just Maki. He needs to try to survive as long as they can. They can cap it here with just 2 people. You just need to get it in there, but not going to happen. Fogsy comes back in the nick of time to keep their team's defensive hold alive. Joe Mama again, just time after time. It's either X or Joe Mama just completely blowing up their side. 2, 3 picks. Doesn't matter. They just need to find it.
Yeah, Ascend so close to tying this up. Oh, did Cass die?
Yeah, Cass dies there. But, I mean, Adult does have access to Terra Surge, and with Jumpy out of position there, that's just a really bad opportunity to walk into. 4v4, Terra Surge on point. Icarus needs to run! Not gonna happen! The triple kill from Adult, Terra Surge, triple kill, map 5, here we come!
Yes. First game of the season, map 5 banger.
Dude, that was clutch time from Adult. Again, this man can play it all. Whether it's the Sigma, the D.Va, or the Orisa, he finds a way to make it happen. And that's what you need from your tank player. You need the flexibility. And Arya teleported in, maybe mistimed not having the access to the Suzu. But what a clutch play from Ascend right there. They needed to hold. They went to the Orisa at the perfect time and just completely turned the game around. Flipped the script. They had 4 minutes going into that final point, and they still somehow held it.
Yeah, really good job by Ascend. I really thought that Fable was going to push it all the way, and we're going to go into round 3 and 4. But they proved me wrong.
I tell you, it's just that's going to be their character trait, right? Every single time you think they're going to lose, they just find a way to get a pick. Joe Mama and X have been phenomenal tonight. I mean, every single time they give them an opportunity to just go flank and just get access to one of their supports, they always get that headshot when they need it the most. So, I mean, good turnaround from their team right now. And now they go to a final map. You couldn't have asked for a better starter to this season.
No, I absolutely agree with you.
So, with that being said, I mean, that was a crazy map 4. So, we're just going to take a short little break so we can give some time for us to recoup and give the players some time to talk about it, because it seems like they will need a little time to talk to their coach, figure out what they need to do to be able to close out the series. Is Fable going to be able to kind of shut it down, or is Ascend going to bring things back here? So, we'll see you guys in a few minutes, and we're going to go to map 5, New Junk City. Let's make it happen, y'all. Greek mythology, flying way too close to the sun and immediately getting burned by that D.Va bomb. Like a moth to a flame.
Unfortunate for bro, I think.
You're not going to doubt the Ramattra swap I thought was a good pick. Arya going to get caught out of position. You can see the rally coming out from Eris, but no shield means no survivability and no chance to be able to go another fight right there. Jumpy survives by the skin of his teeth, as well as Icarus. No. I'm wondering I wonder if Jumpy just wants to be the decision maker for their team right now, because Rokane, I feel like, has been doing really good on the Tracer, and Jumpy has been doing solid on the hit scan, whether it's the Sojourn or the Cassidy, but Rokane actually coming out on the Soj, and Adult getting caught out of position.
Oh, yeah, you gotta be careful there. Because, like, he thinks he can get the picks that they need, maybe in the back, and they're like, okay, well, Ro can go on the Sojourn.
All right, retaliatory fight here, and unfortunately just going to get met with the fists of destruction, the fists of annihilation. Turn things around.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like, I don't even know how he did that. He just, like, went in the back and just took out a few people. The Hawk comes out. Okay, was not expecting that. Takes out Icarus. They're able to hold with, like, less than a meter. Oh, another huge hook. Okay.
Eris does have access to a beat, unless he falls to the tank. Getting caught out of position. Hog still falls, but they do have access to a big ultimate pool. Joe Mama popping the blade, trying to chop people up. But unfortunately, Jumpy's sword is bigger. Or is it? Yeah, way too big. No pause. Yeah, I'm hoping Jumpy can start off the fight early here with the Sundering Blade. Find an early pick, unless he gets caught out of position right there. Super dangerous at that moment. Wannabe going over to the Orisa, just playing the whole tank role tonight. X getting the pick onto the back line. No Kitsune Rush even needed. Maki hasn't even needed to even think about it, but maybe she hasn't even needed to even think about it, but maybe should have thought about using at some point in time. Icarus gets the 2 picks onto the back line. And again, if I'm Ascend, I don't mind that trade because as long as they win in this defensive hold, it doesn't matter how much point or how far they get this point because they still have to full cap it to take us to overtime.
This is true.
And X still alive and well, chopping out the bits, getting those picks when they need him the most. Maki needs to try to survive, and against Jumpy, it's the supports versus the Ramattra. Icarus can do nothing except watch his team fall around him. And with Wannabe getting back into the fight, it's going to be a fight win. Maki just being a nuisance.
I'm not sure, like, I guess what's going wrong. I think they just need to use their ults just a little bit better. And I think they could really, like, I believe that they can do it. Okay, but
oh my goodness, Joe Mama! 2 to the back line, and X makes it 3. And now it's going to be a 3v2 right now, and it's going to be
close to tying this up. Oh, did Cass die?
Yeah, Cass dies there. But, I mean, Adult does have access to Terra Surge, and with Jumpy out of position there, that's just a really bad opportunity to walk into. 4v4, Terra Surge on point. Icarus needs to run! Not going to happen! The triple kill from Adult.
Very comfortable on the Kiriko.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Map number 5 coming straight at you. Who's going to be able to take this first week? Who's going to move on? Victorious. Fable Luna at Death's Doorstep. Let's see if they can make it happen, bring things back. You can see already starting off with their tried and true comp. Icarus on the Orisa. An Adult going to match it up, but X going to try to make some damage happen with the Reaper guy. Let's go.
Yep. I liked how Icarus like went the right side for like a second, and then immediately was like, oh, we got speared immediately. Oh my god. Oh, Orisa gets burned down so fast. And
yeah, I was going to say, in favor of the Orisa duel, looks like Icarus is going to take that cake. Immediate spear. And again, no Immortality Field. And you got to at least use Suzu in that instance or Immortality Field. Eris opting to go back to the Baptiste, the tried and true.
Yep, the Eris Bap, the damage legend. He doesn't need to heal. He's just damage. What do they call it? Just like DPS Bap. We're just DPS Bap. That's all we need.
Ooh, and they're going to go from bottom. I like that. They can take point control right away. Spear being used, but both fortifies are coming out for the Orisas. Maki gets to pick onto the Tracer, so no more DPS. Oh, no, just kidding. I forgot. The colors ain't flipping yet. But Joe Mama getting their Cassidy counterpart. Jumpy falls. Now there's no more DPS for Fable. And X can really kind of set the tone here for their team. Immortality Field is going to be gone. X is going to be chased down to the back line. Tracer gets back in the nick of time, but Icarus already falls, so now it's just going to be up to the supports to kind of keep their team's hope alive and keep this point capped. Oh, and it looks like they flipped at some point in time, so now it's going to be a matter of cleaning up the fight, cleaning up the picks, and Rokane falls. Yeah, definitely back and forth right now. 50% and counting.
Yep, Ascend is going to get the lead right now. Eris is coming up to his BAP ult. I think it's gonna be up to to see how we use these ultimates. But Adult is also gonna have his Orisa ult, so make sure you keep that immortality handy. We don't want that. We don't want to lose that early. Ooh, that was such a close
Oh,
pick.
no, so risky.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the thing you have to worry about. Terra Surge is great, but you could still fall to it. It's one of those things you're not invulnerable in that fight. And look at that. You can see people just trying to tempt fate by dancing in front of that window. And guess what? We got guns galore coming out of that thing.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. He might have just taken too much damage before he got in there, and you're just kind of standing still. So yeah, he just got chunked down real fast. Which I think they had gotten a pick at the beginning too, which is unfortunate. But I mean, they got 99. They still got time to get this point. We're gonna have more ultimates this fight.
Okay, straight back into it, and straight back to the same starting point. Terra Surge coming out. It's going to be huge. Oh no, Foxy getting Ajaxed right there. This is going to be heartbreaking for their team. Joe Mama needed to find a pick on the high noon. X does get 2 picks in the back line. Not going to be able to even use. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. You just staring at a Cassidy on high noon, and Jumpy was perfectly positioned right there to keep their team's hopes alive, and this time retaliating their own 3 picks. Jumpy's not out of this yet. First point going to the way of Fable.
Beautiful, beautiful kills by Jumpy. We always knew he had it in him. I mean, like throughout the entire series, it's just been like he's been like, I feel like, getting the most picks on his DPS. Obviously, Rokane has been doing great, but I feel like Jumpy's really just like, he's been getting those like 2-3 Ks, you know. Yeah, he's been doing pretty well this entire series.
He's been secretly, I mean, not secretly, he's obviously been live with Killfeed, but he's been hitting like kind of the carry for their team. We always talk about Eris and Arya that have been kind of like the focal points for their team, but can't forget about Jumpy. Oh, Icarus got really close to the edge right there, almost getting booped off, but Adult does fall, so now it's going to be a heyday for Icarus. He's going to be able to kind of clean up the rest of their team with no mitigation at all.
Yep. And they swapped to the Freya this, opposed to they had a cast before, I believe. Did they have? I don't believe they had Freya the entire time. I could be really wrong.
Yeah. Joe Mama was trying to high noon that last fight, didn't find success, so going over to the Freya, maybe trying to get a little bit more damage to the backline, especially when they stack up like that. The Freya's damage explosion really kind of makes things difficult for them. You see Icarus getting really low. Yeah, X going to go to the backline, pop the Death Blossom, and just completely blow up the backline. No explosives needed when you have a million shotguns.
Yeah, nice Kitsune by Maki. You know, you want to use that kind of as like to initiate the fight. You can get so much space and really like just run in there, get like a lot of damage in, take someone out. And then we try to use the Ray to counter, but unfortunately it did not work.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Orbital Ray is kind of like an ult that you have to start off with. You can't really retaliate with it just because it doesn't really heal that much. Window, same exact result. Yeah, you try to challenge the window. You're only going to be met with bullets, man.
Yep.
And unfortunately, he tries to retaliate with the Bola shot, but not finding any success. Put it on the tank, but guess what? He has way too big of a health pool. Kitsune, or the Suzu comes in clutch right there for Maki, but unfortunately their team was already lost.
Yep.
It looks like they're still going to be able to get those picks there. Not going to matter.
Nice kills by Fable. Back and forth. We're getting a back and forth again. I forgot. I was gonna mention something, man. I forgot. Unfortunate, but yeah. I don't know, bro.
What
Great
the?
fight.
Fogsy, what are we doing, man? We're not even near the point. Look at that. We get the beat onto point, and nothing it's already gone. You can see Terra Surge gets rid of the Immortality field, but got to find some more, too! No, almost got Rokane. Got to get that spear up and running. He dodges it, playing Matrix with it. Finds the pick onto Orisa. It's going back and forth right now. It's up to the DPS and supports. It's a duel on the point. Jumpy gets the pick, tying things up. They got to find a touch. Maki not going to be able to see the Cassidy coming, and X is just going to be caught up in the 1v2. Fogsy does come back, but is it going to be enough? X gets the pick!
He's won.
And Icarus comes back. Not going to happen. The 1v1 was unfair advantage in favor of Arya. He's got shooters behind her.
I was gonna say that I think Adult needs to be careful on this Orisa. He's found himself just like early picked like really fast, like a few fights. I think he needs to play his corner just a little bit more. because I think losing those fights is really hurting them right now.
Yeah, or I think his supports need to be aggressive with him, because I think if we have access to Suzu, we got to use it. I haven't been seeing Suzu come out too often from Maki. X is going to pop the Death Blossom in the backline, not going to find too many picks, but he is going to do some monster damage. Icarus falling dangerously low, Arya falls as well as Jumpy, so now it's just Rokane running for the hills, finally getting the first point here. It's been difficult for their team. No Bastion ban, so Joe Mama going to go back to the tried and true, trying to find some success. And like I said, this is where we thought last time, where we thought Ascend was going to lose the map, and they bring it all the way back. So can they do a reverse sweep on the final map?
Bro, they're fighters, bro. I wonder. I think we just let them push in, and then
Big.
No.
Okay, stop challenging the window though. Better run. Oh, Joe Mama, get out of there. And Icarus was so hungry for that kill, it's going to cost him his life. But I'm glad they're starting to peel here. That was one of those things I was really frustrated about, seeing them challenge the window like that every single time. Eris immediately caught a spear, so not able to sustain that fight, not able to survive, was crucial in that point. And with 70% counting, Rokane is going to probably be the only one to touch it, unless they're going to all full rush the point.
Yeah,
they
this
are.
is true. Okay, Kitsune comes out from the high ground. Very nice.
Terra Surge, straight to the back line. Arya's got to run. Immortality Field's going to be gone, so that means there's going to be no chance of them surviving Joe Mama having access to the configure. And we had to use beat there. Ay, ay, ay. It was definitely a beat of all time.
I was going to say, I don't know how I feel about that, but, we keep going, we keep going.
It'd be different if it was like regular control, but this is a Flashpoint. You stay on the same map the entire way through, so you don't carry all that ultimates over to the next point. So I would have definitely preferred to hold on to it. So let's see if they can try to make some capitalizations on that. Arya has access to the orbital ray. Terra Surge as well.
Ooh,
what's gonna happen? Picks after picks. Joe Mama. Ugh. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm telling you, it's going back and forth right now. It still could go either way. Adult trying to find picks with the assistance of Fogsy, but unfortunately Fogsy is going to fallsy, and point's going to go in favor of Luna.
Yeah, everyone's just entered a mass flow state. It's just like I don't know. It's just like really scrappy, Everyone's just like doing their own duels, and I don't even know, I'm stressed.
Everyone's taking their 1v1s, man. I'm telling you, my pits right now are moist. So see if DPS can find an opening here. Ascend does have access to both DPS ultimates. They have the artillery as well as the Death Blossom. It's been finding success. Suzu already coming out. Joe Mama going for the Lindholm explosives. And look at that. Big damage to the backline. And they're going to flip it just at 65%. So this is a good point because, again, Flashpoint ticks way faster than a traditional control map. So you will have time to recontest, but not by much. And obviously having access to Lucio makes things a little bit faster. But let's see how they retaliate. Arya's been holding on to this orbital ray for a while.
Yeah, they won that fight with just the Reaper ult. I thought Arya was going to ult, but maybe she wanted to dry fight that.
Oh, Terra Surge again, ripping him away from the orbital ray. And again, making it pretty much moot. Great counter right there for adults. You don't have to find picks to make it successful. Maki gets a pick onto Rokane, and Joe Mama going to help follow up as well. And look at that, the domino effect again. Icarus going straight to the backline. He has to try to pop Terra Surge to survive, but it's going to save it for another fight. No Lucio for Luna. So they're going to have to go in, and there's just going to have to be a desperation touch, it feels like. Icarus does have access to Terra Surge, but I don't think he picked the perk that gives him extra health regen. No, Rokane going to be able to take that last second overtime touch.
Yeah, they're going to have two support ults. Okay, we going with the Kitsune? Oh, Icarus falls really fast. That's not good.
Dude! The Lindholm payload. I'm telling you, that perk, I've been telling people for a long time. Fogsy, what are you doing? Fogsy, stop baiting at the last second, damn you. That is again another fight where you don't need beat, but he makes happen. He just did it for show. The second time, final point, final map. Who's gonna take it here? Is Luna gonna crumble under the pressure, or is Ascend gonna bring it all the way back? All they need is perks, and they got a chance.
Foxy, we need to clean up the beats just a little bit, pal. I love you, but it's okay.
That's how I'm feeling right now. It's like I'm trying to keep it real, trying to keep it professional. This man making it really difficult though. Maki getting speared in the back line. X does get close to a Death Blossom and not going to be able to find it when they fall to Rokane. And Rokane being real annoying on this map. Has an opportunity. Terra Surge onto the DPS. Oh, he tried to pop that shield in just a nick of time. Joe Mama, you really have to respect the Bastion now because it's one of those things that the transformation, the configure, the Lindholm explosives just make it so deadly. Can only take 2 shots if you're a squishy.
Okay, looks like we're pushing in. I
Oh,
thought
wow, they're still going without the Bastion. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, that's not.
What are we doing? You gotta wait for your main damage dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we popped ult. That's not good. Fable with the 40% lead. This is very last point. Like we gotta. No
Gotta
room for
tighten up,
mistakes
man.
like, at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lock
Both
in.
DPS ults. Lock in, champ. Both DPS ults again for Ascend. They've been here before. It was at a 60% mark on that second point where they just let X go in the back line, teleport in, and Death Blossom their supports. Eris does have access to Immortality Field, but he's got to make it happen here and now. 1 point to settle the score. Joe Mala gets the picks. Both DPS ults coming out. Eris trying to pop the window to keep things alive, but it's not going to happen. And 2-for-1 deal in terms of ultimates, definitely in favor of Luna when they have to just win one fight to close out the map and close out the series.
Yeah, Jumpy doing a little tactical reset. We're gonna have High Noon and we're gonna have Ray. And the supports on the side of Ascent don't have their ultimates yet. They'll probably get it mid-fight if they do not fall. Which I think that's your win thing.
Whoa!
No, that's not good. That's not good.
You warned him. You said as long as you don't fall here, and that's what the worrisome is. You don't have access to the Immortality Field, and look at that. The Orbital Ray is just going to completely clear the point up. Overtime ensues, and they're going to have to just go for desperation touches. Joe Mama not going to be fall. Fogsy pops the beat, but just too late. Maki pops the Kitsune Rush onto the back line. Terra Surge just to kind of keep their team's hopes alive. Fogsy falls, and it's overtime again, but X can still keep their team alive unless he dies. And now it's just a matter of taking care of the tank, fortifying all. Adult falls, and they were able to secure it by the skin of their teeth. Luna taking the series.
Wow. I think that was really unfortunate. Like we should have played a little slow, like we don't have our support ults yet. Adult gets taken out like immediately, and that sort of just like opened the door for Luna to just close it out.
Man, what a series, dude. Back and forth action. And this is just week 1, everybody. So if you are ready for some Overwatch, y'all better just jump in right now. Jump in the Discord. Jump in our Twitter, our Twitch. Because this is going to be some jam-packed Overwatch for the rest of the season. So great stuff for their team. Just amazing work. We're going to call out some MVPs and some honorable mentions real quick. And obviously for MVPs for Fable, we got to look at Jumpy, right? I feel like Jumpy has been really lighting up the kill feed on any of the DPS, has been super flexible throughout the entire series, and just made a show of the night.
Yeah, I completely agree. Jumpy, just the hit scanned icon legend, previous champion of Annihilation. Yeah, I think he did really well, and I think was like one of the most stable people on Luna today.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Obviously, being a pastime champion, you kind of worry about having that that champion's dull. You start to come out like first week of the season, you come out a little bit slower, but not for Jumpy. Just coming out hot, playing really solid tonight. It just really made it a factor for their team. So hope to see that throughout the rest of the season if he keeps playing this way to this caliber. So definitely with the assistance of his team, he's going to be somebody to look out for. And of course, for honorable mention, if their team had won, would have been the MVP, is going to be X. X again, similar to Jumpy, just been completely lighting up the kill feed, whether it's the Bastion, whether it's the Sojourn, or even the Reaper towards the end, just completely turning fights on their heads when they should have been lost and bringing them back. So That's your MVP, Jumpy, X, your honorable mention. And that's going to wrap it up here for us tonight.
Yep. Thank you for watching. I've had a great time. Yeah.
Yeah, first time casting with Marlo here. Marlo, you did amazing tonight. I appreciate you jumping on the mic here with me tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate your compliment.
Yeah.
I'll be here tomorrow again. So. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, so make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. We'll be back again. Don't know what the teams are, but we'll definitely let you know in the Discord, and we'll let you know and keep you up to date. Thank you again for Dan holding it down on production, keeping things looking nice and neat for us to commentate over. And we'll see you guys all again tomorrow. Decision maker for their team right now, because Rokane, I feel like, has been doing really good on the Tracer, and Jumpy has been doing solid on the hit scan, whether it's the Sojourn or the Cassidy, but Rokane actually coming out on the Soj, and Adult getting caught out of position.
Oh, yeah, you gotta be careful there. Because, like, he thinks he can get the picks that they need, and then maybe in the back, and they're like, okay, well, Ro can go on the Sojourn.
All right, retaliatory fight here, and unfortunately just going to get met with the fists of destruction, the fists of annihilation. Turn things around.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like, I don't even know how he did that. He just, like, went in the back and just took out a few people. The Hawk comes out. Okay, was not expecting that. Takes out Icarus. They're able to hold with, like, less than a meter. Oh, another huge hook. Okay.
Eris does have access to a beat unless he falls to the tank. Getting caught out of position. Hog still falls, but they do have access to a big ultimate pool. Joe Mama popping the blade, trying to chop people up. But unfortunately, Jumpy's sword is bigger. Or is it? Yeah, way too big. No pause. Yeah, I'm hoping Jumpy can start off the fight early here with the Sundering Blade. Find an early pick, unless he gets caught out of position right there. Super dangerous at that moment. Wannabe going over to the Orisa, just playing the whole tank role tonight. X getting the pick onto the back line. No Kitsune Rush even needed. Maki hasn't even needed to even think about it, but maybe should have thought about using it at some point in time. Icarus gets the 2 picks onto the back line. And again, if I'm Ascend, I don't mind that trade, because as long as they win in this defensive hold, it doesn't matter how much point or how far they get this point, because they still have to full cap it to take us to overtime.
This is true.
And X still alive and well, chopping out the bits, getting those picks when they need him the most. Maki needs to try to survive, and against Jumpy, it's the supports versus the Ramatra. Icarus can do nothing except watch his team fall around him. And with Wannabe getting back into the fight, it's going to be a fight win. Maki just being a nuisance.
I'm not sure, like, I guess what's going wrong. I think they just need to use their ults just a little bit better, and I think they could really, like, I believe that they can do it. Okay, but
oh my goodness, Joe Mama, 2 to the back line, and X makes it 3, and now it's gonna be a 3v2 right now, and it's gonna be
close to tying this up. Oh, did Cass die?
Yeah, Cass dies there. But, I mean, Adult does have access to Terra Surge, and with Jumpy out of position there, that's just a really bad opportunity to walk into. 4v4, Terra Surge on point. Icarus needs to run! Not gonna happen! The triple kill from Adult!
Yep. I liked how Icarus, like, went the right side for, like, a second, and then immediately was like, oh, we got sprayed immediately. Oh, my God. Oh, Orisa gets burned on so fast. And
yeah, I was going to say, in favor of the Orisa duel, it looks like Icarus is going to take that cake. Immediate spear. And again, and X can really kind of set the tone here for their team. Immortality Field is going to be gone. X is going to be chased down to the back line. Tracer gets back in the nick of time. But Icarus already falls, so now it's just going to be up to the supports to kind of keep their team's hope alive and keep this point capped. Oh, and it looks like they flipped it at some point in time, so now it's going to be a matter.
Have Orisa ult, so make sure you keep that immortality handy. We don't want that. We don't want to lose that early. Ooh, that was such a close pick.
Oh, no, so risky. Yeah, that's the thing you have to worry about. Terra Surge is great, but you could still fall to it. It's one of those things you're not invulnerable in that fight. And look at that. You can see people just trying.
They still got time to get this point. We're going to have more ultimates this fight.
Okay, straight back into it, and straight back to the same starting point. Terror Surge coming out. It's going to be huge. Oh no, Fogsy getting Ajaxed right there. It's going to be heartbreaking for their team. Same starting point. Terror Surge coming out. It's going to be huge. Oh no, Fogsy getting Ajaxed right there. It's going to be heartbreaking for their team. Joe Mama needed to find a pick on the high noon. X does get 2 picks in the back line. Not going to be able to even use. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. You just staring at a Cassidy on high noon. It's going to be huge. Oh no, Fogsy getting Ajaxed right there. It's going to be heartbreaking for their team. Joe Mama needed to find a pick on the high noon. X does get 2 picks in the back line. Not going to be able to even use. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. You just staring at a Cassidy on high noon, and Jumpy was perfectly positioned right there to keep their. He's been secretly, I mean, not secretly, he's obviously been live with Killfeed, but he's been hidden like kind of the carry for their team. We always talk about Eris and Arya that have been kind of like the focal points for their team, but can't forget about Jumpy. Oh, Icarus got really close to the edge right there, almost getting booped off, but Adult does fall, so now it's going to be a heyday. Mama was trying to high noon that last fight, didn't find success, so going over to the Freya, maybe trying to get a little bit more damage to the back line, especially when they stack up like that. The Freya's damage explosion really kind of makes things difficult for them. You see Icarus getting really low. Yeah, X going to go to the back line, pop the Death Blossom, and just completely blow up the back line.
Yeah.
What the? Fogsy, what are we doing, man? We're not even near the point. Look at that. We get the beat onto point and nothing it's already gone. You can see Terror Surge gets rid of the Immortality field, but got to get fun. Some more, too! On the point. Jumpy gets the pick. Tying things up. They got to find a touch. Maki not going to be able to see the Cassidy coming, and X is just going to be caught up in the 1v2. Fogsy does come back, but is it going to be enough? X gets the pick!
He's won.
And Icarus comes back. Yeah, or I think his supports need to be aggressive with him, because I think if we have access to Suzu, we got to use it. I haven't been seeing Suzu come out too often from Maki. X is going to pop the Death Blossom in the backline. Not going to find too many picks, but he is going to do some monster damage. Icarus falling dangerously low. Arya falls as well as Jumpy. So now it's just...
I think we just let them push in, and then... Oh!
Big! No. Okay, stop challenging the window, though. Better run. Oh, Joe Mama, get out of there. And Icarus was so hungry for that kill, it's going to cost him his life. But I'm glad they're starting to peel here. That was, and with 70% counting, Rokane is going to probably be the only one to touch, unless they're going to all full rush the point.
Yeah,
and they are.
True. Okay, Kitsune comes out from the high ground. Very nice.
Terror Surge, straight to the back line. Arya's got to run. Immortality Field's going to be gone, so that means there's going to be no chance of them surviving Joe Mama. It's going to happen. Picks after picks. Joe Mama. Ugh. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm telling you, it's going back and forth right now. It still could go either way. Adult trying to find picks with the assistance of Fogsy, but unfortunately DPS can find an opening here. Ascend does have access to both DPS ultimates. They have the artillery as well as the Death Blossom. It's been finding success. Suzu already coming out. Joe Mama going for the Lindholm explosives. And look at that. Big damage to the back line. And they're going to flip it.
She wanted to dry fight that.
Oh, Terror Surge again, ripping him away from the Orbital Ray. And again, making it pretty much moot. Great counter right there for Adult. You don't have to find picks to make it successful. Maki gets a pick onto Rokane, and Joe Mama going to help follow up as well. And look at that, the domino effect again. Icarus going straight to the backline.
Yeah, they're going to have 2 support ults. Okay, we going with the Kitsune? Oh, Icarus falls really fast. That's not good.
Dude! The Lindholm payload. I'm telling you, that perk, I've been telling people for a long time. Fogsy, what are you doing? Fogsy, stop baiting at the last second. They just let, X go in the back line, teleport in, and Death Blossom their supports. Eris does have access to Immortality Field, but he's got to make it happen here and now. 1 point to settle the score. Joe Mama gets the picks. Both DPS ults coming out. Eris trying to pop the window to keep things alive, but it's not going to happen. And 2 for 1.
Very comfortable on the Kiriko. I guess maybe opposed to Eris. Eris likes the Bab, like the Alari, and she can do the Juno and the Kiri.
Yo, Joe, slow down, bro. He was so critical. I was just about to compliment how they were able to, how Ascend was able to kind of keep Joe Mama. Yeah, it's big
Oh, and
unfortunate.
the
Just
jump on
maybe
falls.
definitely mistimed the thrusters right there. Wanted to get that bomb out